Yeah, just wanted to do a sequel to the viral cottage cheese flatbread here. So this is day 2. I have stored this flatbread in my refrigerator. I just put it with some parchment paper, stored it in the fridge overnight. So now I'm about to make me lunch and to see if this will hold up in the air fryer. So I've actually cut it into 2 different pieces. So it's gonna be used as my pizza crust. So I'm just gonna take some low sugar, low carb marinara sauce. This has, looks like it has 6 grams of carbs. I'm sure there is another brand that is lower. In fact, I think it has maybe 5. However, cost, I weighed my odds. So this is the brand that I like to use. But again, there's other brands that are lower in carbs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my cold cottage cheese flatbread on here, and I'm just going to spread my marinara just enough to kind of give it the marinara taste, because, you know, I love pizza. I think I could probably eat pizza every day, which is not recommended. But when you can, we always like to have pizza on Sundays. And so now that we're doing more of a low carb diet, we want to do something that still kind of feels like we're eating pizza, but maybe a healthier version of it. So I'm hoping this works. But again, this is just a trial run, so I have no idea. All right, now I've got some salami and some pepperoni that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to, you can kind of see that. We'll get a better shot of that here in a minute. So I'm going to put 2 slices per pizza. And actually, I'm just going to use the pepperoni. That is like my go-to. And I am all about spice. So I'm actually going to take a couple of olives. And they are the H-E-B green olives stuffed with hot peppers. So if you haven't tried them, oh my gosh, they are amazing. So good in salads. It's funny how, like, as a kid, I think I liked black olives only because you could, you know, put them on the edge of your fingers and just take them all up. I remember literally being at my grandma's, and before they could ever get it out on the table, I would always swing by, and one of my aunts would usually allow me to grab a couple and, you know, play monster fingers with my olives. This one time I got to play with my food. But anyways, as an adult, I prefer green olives over black, but I still will eat them occasionally. I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to my palate and just try different flavors. So pretty much using about maybe 2 to 3 olives per slice. And then I have already washed off my mushroom tops, so I only need 1 of these. Mushrooms, I heard, have been real beneficial. But I just like the taste, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm just going to top these. And I don't know that I'm going to have enough room to add my jalapenos like I would like to. Maybe if I had the flatbread in 1 slice, maybe I would be able to top it, but I'm already getting a whole lot of chunk here. So I think I'm going to omit my jalapenos that I typically would have on my pizza, simply because I already have the heat from my olives. So I'm gonna just save that. Then I'm gonna take some shaved Parmesan cheese, and I would also take some mozzarella. However, I am out of mozzarella cheese at this point. So I'm gonna mostly do this with Parmesan. And y'all, my husband makes fun of me. I usually don't set a timer on the oven, and I also don't measure. So make it to your liking. I'm going to take a little bit of cheddar cheese just to give it a different kind of flavor. We'll see how it works. I don't know. I love cheese. That is my guilty pleasure, I think. But being on a low carb diet, you can have it. Not saying it's the best for you because it is still processed, but baby steps. That's my motto, is baby steps. Okay. So now, let me just show you. All right, so we got our pizzas all ready. Now we're gonna top this in the air fryer at 390 for 9 minutes. Probably won't take that long, but we'll see how it goes. All right, let's get this out. Okay, it's done. Now is the taste tester time. So hopefully I can get this out without burning my fingers. Looks nice. Cheese definitely looks crisp. Okay, my flatbread is not as crispy as I'd hoped it be. However, I wonder if I just put the flatbread in the actual air fryer without the parchment paper, maybe that might do the trick. Actually, let's do that. Why not, right? We can do 1 and 1. I'm sure it'll be fine. Back in we go. Meanwhile, I'm hungry. I'm ready to dive in. Let's just eat it. Okay, wow. If that crust will crisp with just a couple minutes, that actually tastes like legit pizza. Even with it being a softer bottom, I'm not hating it at all. Loving the flavor. Wow. I don't even have mozzarella cheese, but it tastes good. I'm really only gonna put this in for like maybe a minute, if that. It's still soft, but we like crispy pizza. This definitely has the thickness of a crispy, thin crust pizza. It's just not as crispy as what I prefer. However, I would totally eat this again. It's definitely on my go-to. So if you're like me and it's just me and my husband at home now, when you make a recipe, there's a lot of it. I have not put it in the freezer yet, but that's to come. But as far as it lasting in your fridge overnight and then reheating it in the air fryer, it's a win. Enjoy. Hey, thanks for coming along this journey with me. And if you liked anything you saw, or if you just want to see a person growing on their journey of becoming healthy and sharing some low carb recipes, feel free to like, comment, how do you enjoy cottage cheese? Because just adding fruit to it does not do it for me. I've tried a couple of recipes, but leave the comments below, like, subscribe, share the video if you will, but just enjoy your day and feel free to come back for more. Bye guys.